It's back to school, and around this time of the year, social media is typically abuzz with proud parents posting adorable pictures of their bundles of joy, so to speak, stepping into the classroom for the first time. This is an example of what is called sharenting, and it refers to sharing parental moments online. Experts, however, are warning that posting children on social media may expose them to serious risks. They say the advent of artificial intelligence significantly increases the dangers associated with sharenting. Just recently, an AI chat box that is a feature on a popular social media platforms came under intense global scrutiny for allowing users essentially to create and share sexualized images, even of children. So what regulatory mechanisms should be devised to safeguard children's safety and their dignity online? Let's try at least answer that question. Bring in social media analyst Diseto Totsetsi, who joins us now via our video link. Great to have you on the program, sir. Welcome to the SABC News Channel. It's an innocent moment, right? You're a proud parent. You're sharing this milestone of your parenthood. But of course, we know that there are some people who are watching who aren't as pure in their intentions.
Yes, so good morning. This is called AI-generated child sexual abuse material, right? It's called AI-CSAM. And basically what happens here is someone sitting in a dark room somewhere, having access to your pictures, to your child's pictures, and being able to do things that are inappropriate, that are self and basically using your child's images in order to achieve a certain sexual goal.
Yeah, and of course, for some people who might not have thought about this for a long time, you might think to yourself, the child can go about their schooling career and not be affected by that. The difficulty, of course, is that one day this child grows up and may come across these altered images of themselves, and then you start seeing a material impact on the child themselves.
So that's very long term, right? Short term is that bullies exist at school. Right, bullies exist within the context of the school. Secondly, your child, your son or your daughter's colleagues inside the school do not understand the concept of AI and the context in which we live. So they see this AI-generated image of your child, where the uniform has been removed and replaced with something else, sometimes nothing, and they do not realize that there may be an adult who is in a dark room doing bad things who created this thing. They see the child's picture and they bully your child based on that. Your child grows up, is in an interview somewhere, background check, that picture comes through, right? You may have seen, it can also be used for things like revenge, PORN, which also becomes a thing later, where your child now is being extorted, your child is now being bullied, your child now has to perform certain deeds in order for those pictures to not reach certain places or to not get unhidden. So the risk is not only in the future where the picture comes up, the risk is also in the now, and it's a bigger risk because this is developmental stages, right, where the child might get bullied because of AI-generated imaging.
Yeah. What then does a proud parent do wanting to share this moment? Does making my account private go far enough, for example?
Again, the reason why we post these is to be part of, it's a social inclusion thing, right? Everybody's doing it. There's this great moment where us present dads and present moms are sharenting, and it's a good thing. And you want the social inclusion, you want to be part of that, right? But the key is to not think of only the moment. Because when you think of only the moment, then you put your child in danger. There are settings on basically your child under the age of 18, the only people that should have access to that child is you and your family. right? Maybe extended family. So you can adjust your settings on social media to reflect that. You can make your social media private for that specific post, right? You can maybe only expose it to, even on certain, on this green social media platform that we chat on, there's actually people that you can allow only certain people that you trust to view it and disallow others. So there are measures that you can take as a parent to make sure that your child is fine.
Yeah. Once the picture is out there, what are the chances that the person who posted it has any control at this stage?
Oof. So we have a problem on social media right now, which is the content moderation is really weak, right? Which is the reason why I keep getting called back on on the channel, because content moderation is weak from the platform side, right? The takedown process is very slow, sometimes doesn't happen at all. The detection of altered images doesn't exist. You need to actually tell the platform that, hey, this is AI, can you please remove it? Again, you cannot delete it. You cannot delete an image from somebody else's phone. And I remember with this other influencer who trended in the beginning or towards the latter part of the year, where people were using this AI-generated bot to sort of get nude or sort of undressed images of her. Even when she reported it to the platform, people, the prompters, the people that are using the AI platform still went back and said, no, this is not this person. This is a lookalike. So please give us the pictures we requested. And guess what the platform did? It provided them with the picture again, right? Wow. So there's a big problem there on that front. There's nothing wrong with having a chest up photo of your child upwards, so that the things that the pedophiles are interested in do not show on those pictures, right? So maybe let's also think about that. You want to have your child in full school uniform, showing, a great future, Sharenting, present mom, present dad, and the likes, but do you really understand the long-term impact of that? As a person who got social media famous for that, for being a present dad and having my relationship with my daughter in the public platform, there are certain areas where I'm like, this comment I'm uncomfortable with, the statement that this person, and quite a lot of the time you end up even taking those videos down because you realize that there may be an animal at the other end of the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps it's time for us to reflect about going back to the good old film cameras where you develop your pictures in peace and keep them in an album. But something tells me we're unlikely to go back to that time, Disetso. So the question then becomes how we respond to this moment where there are clear lapses even in some of these AI chat boxes. I mean, I made a reference to Grok in the lead up to our conversation, and the increased scrutiny on that particular platform because of the prompts that people are entering on social media. They've tried to respond to that by saying only certified accounts can do that. But, in some cases, the horse has already bolted. The question is, how do we then go about interacting with these AI chat boxes, knowing that there is still so much room for improvement?
So firstly, the responsibility to protect yourself lies with yourself. And trust me, you have signed somewhere, you have clicked accept somewhere, that the responsibility to protect yourself lies with yourself. Then there's also our social responsibility, and that speaks to the moral fiber of the society we live in, that this is wrong, just don't do it. Right. I know that's a very difficult thing to ask people to do, weirdly, but just don't do that to someone else. And thirdly, if we are not reporting these things enough, if we are not if we are not reporting these things enough to the platforms themselves, and we are not showing them dissatisfaction as a mass, they will not change anything. Sure. So it's also up to us to say, hey, this is not right, let's report this thing. It can't be for example, the lady, can't say her name, but the lady who was victim of this earlier in the year, the social media influencer, it can't be only her responsibility to say, hey, can this be taken down? Are we going to wait for her to see it, to come back from a holiday, probably in Bali, and come back after 4 days only to report it when it's been downloaded, when it's been stored in? No. It's also our responsibility as a mass to report these things. Otherwise, they won't change it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they say, social media is just a weapon. It's up to us how we use it. Diseso, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Appreciate the time as we make sense of these unprecedented moments. Thanks very much once again. Diseso Tsotetsi is a social media analyst.